Hello everybody, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another video.
Hello everyone, welcome to another Diablo 3 video here for Season 28. So today we are looking at the Barbarian and we are looking at the Horde of the 90 Savages. So for those that are unfamiliar with the set, the two-piece bonus is double the effectiveness of shouts, and we deal double damage to feared, frozen, or stunned enemies. And then our four pieces, each frenzy stack reduces damage taken by 6%, and frenzy lasts twice as long. And 6-piece frenzy deals 2,000 increased damage per stack. I do want to call out that this build is a little bit more of a single target, so we will do really well on Rift Guardians, and then while we're going through the Rift against Trash, we're not so well, kind of more relying on the power of our potions, but overall it kind of rounds out because once we get to the Guardian, if we get a single target Guardian, we are just going to absolutely melt them. That being said, let's take a look at the rest of the items we need to capitalize on this build.
Enjoying all the videos and content we produce, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, click on that like button, and don't be afraid to share. Don't forget to click on the notification button, customize it however you want, but that way you're notified whenever we publish another video.
Alright, let's take a look at the pieces we need. So while we do this, let's throw up a video of a 110 just so you can see some gameplay and see it in action. So we are wearing 5 pieces for the set bonus here because we're using Ring of Royal Grandeur as I mentioned. So we are wearing the helm, shoulders, gloves, chest, and boots. And then the other set that we're going to be utilizing is Guardian's Jeopardy by wearing the belt and wrist. So the two-piece bonus for this is basically for every 1,000 vitality we have, we're going to get 1% less melee damage. And then for every 1,000 strength we have, we're going to get 1% less range damage. And the 3 pieces, it doubles our strength and vitality. So this is how I have 17,000 strength and 10,000 vit. So 17,000 strength is going to be 17% less range damage, and vitality is 10% less melee damage. Then we are also going to be wearing the Depth Diggers for the pants, so we're going to deal up to 100% more primary skill damage. And we're using Pig Sticker as one of our weapons for the attack speed. And Oath Keeper, our primary skills attack 50% faster and deal up to 200% more damage. And for our jewelry, we are using Squirt's Necklace. So while not taking damage, we get a stacking buff up to 100% more damage and taking 50% more damage. Basically, we're only going to get that while in a shield. And then we are using Convention of Elements. So as you can see, we're rotating through here all the elements, and it basically increases our elemental damage of that particular one up to 200%. And then we're using Band of Might. So this, after casting Furious Charge, Stomp, or Leap, we take up to 80% less damage. And in the build, we're using Furious Charge. So every time we charge, we're going to take up to 80% less damage. For our legendary gems, we are using Bane of the Stricken. So each attack we make against an enemy increases the damage it takes, and that stacks. And then at rank 25, we get 25% increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians. We are also using Simplicity Strength, so it increases the damage of our primary skills by X%, and hits with our primary abilities heal us for 4% of our max health at rank 25. And then our third one is we're using Bane of the Trap, so increase damage against enemies under the effects of control and parrying effects, so slows and stuns on that. And then at rank 25, we get an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies within 15 yards, thus proccing the damage from not Band of Might, from Bane of the Trap. Sorry there. For our cube, let me just move the video out of the way. So for our cube, we are using Bastion's Revered. So Frenzy now stacks up to 10 times and hits an additional time per stack. Each additional hit will chain to any enemies within 15 yards, and then damage is split between all the affected enemies. So it just helps us cleave down. And we're also using the Undisputed Champion, where Frenzy gains the effect of every rune and deals 400% increased damage. Then lastly, as mentioned, we are using the Ring of Royal Grandeur, so it reduces the number of items needed for set bonuses by 1. So that's how we get to where 5 of the Savages and 2 of the Guardians can get max benefits from both. For our skills, we are using Wrath of the Berserker with Insanity, so it basically turns us into a big damaged machine as well as gives us some survivability. Ancient Spear with Rage Flip, so we're going to use that to help make big stacks, so we're just going to help drag things along as we move through the rift. Then we're going with Frenzy with Vanguard, so we're going to basically get additional move speed for each stack, so that helps us kind of drag things along as we progress through. Because basically what we're kind of relying on is Condi procs through and power procs as we go through, so finding the power pylon or Condi pylon or getting it from our potion. So this unfortunately is a build that we kind of rely on a little bit of RNG from our potions and pylons, but once we get to the Rift Guardian, we're just going to melt it. So that's kind of the drawback and the strength. Then we go into Furious Charge with Merciless Assault. So basically we're going to charge and knock things back, which would also proc our, the Bane of the Trapped and all that stuff. So this, as long as we hit things, we kind of just continually charge because it reduces the cooldown every time we hit an enemy with it, as well as procs our Band of Might for survivability. Then we're going with Threatening Shout and Falter, so it causes enemies to take 25% increased damage, but remember our set bonus doubles that. So we're going to get the 50%. If you just notice on the video there on the Rift Guardian, we just melted it the first, like, I'd say 70% before the ads came out on Saxtress, because we are just incredibly strong for a single target. And then lastly, we are utilizing Warcry with Veteran's Warning, so this is just going to increase our armor and give us some dodge for some survivability. And passives using Boon of Balkathos, so this is going to reduce the cooldown on Wrath of the Berserker. Ruthless helps us deal additional damage to enemies below 30%. Nerves of Steel, so it gives us second life. And then we have Berserker's Rage while we are near, or we deal 25 additional damage while near maximum fury, and we are pretty much always at maximum fury. For our rotation, this is pretty simple. You're going to use your potion at will. We want to keep Wrath of Berserker up as often as we can. Warcry, only have to use that once every 2 minutes. And then Falter, we're going to use that as often as we can to keep the debuff up on the enemies so they take double damage, or well, 50%. Charge, we're going to do that every 6 to 8 seconds to keep our buff up of Band of Might. And then Frenzy, we're just spamming that endlessly whenever we're not pushing the other buttons or moving. Yeah, and Rage Flip we're just going to use to drag things and pull them together so that we can cleave them down or utilize Condi procs and power and all that fun stuff. So this brings me to the end of the video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer those. As always, we appreciate likes, shares, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And of course, you can come find me on Twitch. I stream pretty much daily, so come hang out, chat D3, and I am looking forward to doing more with you guys this season. Season 27 was a blast, hanging out, doing keys, and chatting off fun stuff, so looking forward to more of that in Season 28. So that's all for me, so until next time, I hope you're enjoying Diablo 3, and we'll see you in the next video.